Hi, this is Shirley Gibson, and you're watching The Wrap Up. Today we have an exclusive interview with the principal, Philip Johnson, here in Richmond, California, at the John F. Kennedy High School. You want to stay locked in. This is going to be an exclusive one-on-one sit-down. You're watching The Wrap Up.
I recorded this story yesterday, but I'm uploading it today to The Wrap Up. Hi, my name is Akila Shahid, and you may remember me from The Wrap Up. You too can become a correspondent. Record a video, upload a video to the information below about the positive contributions and accomplishments that are happening in your communities. We all want to hear about it, so let's start connecting. Thanks.
Hi, this is Shirley Gibson with The Wrap Up. And as we stated previously, we're in our exclusive one-on-one interview with Philip Johnson, the principal here in Richmond, California at John F. Kennedy High School. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Great. First of all, we want to say thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to sit down with us and have this one-on-one exclusive.
My pleasure, my pleasure.
Great. So tell us, what is an average day here like at John F. Kennedy?
Well, I usually get here around 7:40 in the morning, and generally I look at my emails, check my work, to see if I make my to-do list, and then I go out and I greet my students. My strong suit is I want to know everyone. So, you know, in the morning before parents get here and students get here, I'm out and about just walking the campus. I greet all the students in the morning, say hello to the parents, get everybody in the classroom, come back into my office, meet with staff members, and then I'm out and about on the campus. Every period I go out, I'm circulating. I want to see what's happening here. And it's nonstop all day. Yeah. So when I come into my office, if I sit down, that door will continue to knock. But that's my strong suit. I have an open door policy, and I'm willing to meet and greet anyone.
Wow, outstanding. Now tell us a little bit about transitioning from law to school. To my understanding, you kind of went to school to have some type of background in law enforcement?
I was a police officer for about 20 years.
Wow.
But you know what, Shirley, this is actually kind of like the same. Mm-hmm. You know, it's almost like managing your own beat or your manager in your own city, you know. My thing, again, you get to know everybody. You know their tendencies. You get to know them personally. You get to know what their home lives. You get to know their parents. And you just manage your little city.
Oh, wow. So when you talk about police officers in school, sometimes kids kind of get a little bit, you know, standoffish. How were you perceived? How did the students perceive you when you first came in?
You know, it was funny because when I first got here, I was wearing the suit every day. And people kind of brushed back away from me. I have a loud, boisterous voice in the hallway, and you'll hear me. And they were scared of me at first. And in order to bridge the gap, I kind of just dressed down, and that's no longer the case. I'm gotten to the point where I think the students really, really trust me. And there's been a couple of instances that happened that really just made me think, hey, I'm here. I mean, they know that I'm down for them.
Oh, great. So what are some of the notable changes that you've made since you've been principal here?
So they brought me here because of my law enforcement background. Basically, when I got here, it would be 150, 200 students out at one time, and doing basically what they wanted to do. But I came in here with three things. I wanted to get the students inside the classroom. I wanted to go in the classroom to make sure that our teachers were actually teaching inside the classroom. And then I wanted to get our teachers professional development. And the first 3 months here, it was hard. There was a lot of pushback. They had actually did a petition to try to get me out of here, the students. But and I remember they had a student group, and my rating in the beginning of the year was an F. They did the same rating that May, and I got an A. So I knew I had arrived.
Wow. What do you feel like is the equality? What does the future equality for our young black youth look like?
So I'm a role model, modeling, you know, the correct behavior, staying on them. So I really believe that kids really want rules. And you set rules and expectations, and you don't lower your rules and expectations, and everybody just kind of came around, and I think they respect me for that, and they know that I have an open door policy. They can come talk to me at any time, and I will bend over backwards to help my students, especially the black and the browns.
Now, with that, when you hear Richmond, California, you hear about high schools, the first person that automatically comes in mind is Coach Carter. I call him the legendary Coach Carter. What type of legacy do Phillip Johnson want to leave here in Richmond? And tell us why.
You know, it's so Coach Carter actually, what he did was very significant. He was over at Richmond High School. But, you know, they don't really compare me to Coach Carter. They compare me to Lean On Me, that principal, because I came in with some hard rules. Like here at Kennedy, we have rules that other high schools don't. Like, for instance, there's no cell phones between 8:30 and 3. That's just the way it is. And I tell them, look, when I was young and my mama wanted to call me, she would call the front office. I would come on down and we would figure it out. Same thing, no hats, no hoods, no sagging. And I think my main thing is I am preparing, or we are preparing our students for life after high school. And even if they want to go to school, that's fine. If they want to work, that's fine. But when you go to school and when you work, there are rules, and they need to follow those rules. And I'm really just trying to work hard to make sure that when they graduate, they're ready for the world.
Now, what is your strategy to get them there?
Again, my strong suit, and I tell people all the time, is I get to know the student. And once I get to know you, relationships kind of change. And I am building, I talk to students every day. I want to be their role model. I pick up students on the weekend. We might go here, we might go there. I bring students to my home because I want to show them that there's life outside of Richmond. And let me just tell you, we just took 15 students down to UCLA to watch one of our ex-students playing a football game. Most of the kids that went on the trip never been out of Richmond. And, you know, we got to go to the Rose Bowl. We got to go on the field. And I told them, look up, you know, have you ever experienced anything like that? Have you ever been out of Richmond? So it's really just giving them exposure to things that they're outside of Richmond.
Wow, phenomenal. Now, a little bit personal. Finish this statement for me. When I was growing up, I dreamed to be.
Well, first of all, I want to be a professional basketball player, but my father always said you're not good enough to do that. And it was kind of funny. I wanted to go into law enforcement. I think I wanted to be an FBI agent. And again, I was in law enforcement for about 20 years. But my father was a strong black man. And I could even remember, like, being an adult, if he told me to jump, it's like, hey, how high, daddy? I called him daddy, you know. Relationship growing up, he every time, so I was an athlete, and if I got too many C's on my report card, he would yank me off the team. And I couldn't understand it because everybody else was getting D's and F's, and he just would not settle for D's and F's. So, or just mediocre. And by the end of the year, I was always on the honor roll. And he pushed me to that point. And I kind of take my father's philosophy with these kids. I'm going to push you to do all that you can do. And we're just not going to settle. So the things that your father teaches you.
Okay. With being an educator, a whole lot of times you become a surrogate parent to a whole lot of children. If you had one thing that you could say to leave a lasting impression on our young black youth, what would it be?
That Johnson was always there for us. And, you know, that we went to Johnson for something to eat, something to drink, you know. If I needed bus fare or something like that, that Johnson was always down. But that Johnson had boundaries. You know, he wouldn't let you slip. And you had to stay on top of your game with him.
Oh, I love that. Great. Well, there you have it. I'm Shirley Gibson with Phillip Johnson here at Richmond, California, John F. Kennedy High School, and you're watching The Wrap Up.